So Brady, tell me how you got into Speedway first of all.
I think I had an older brother, Todd, who's 4 years older than me, so he always raced before me. So I guess when I was growing up, I just always seen Speedway and it's all I knew really. I started racing bikes when I was 4 and yeah, since then just kept moving up and here we are.
What was that like for you growing up then, watching your older brother racing?
Obviously it was cool. It's obviously probably a massive help in my career, I'd say. He had to learn everything and then taught everything to me and I got it a little bit easier, I guess. But yeah, it's always, it's nice to learn things from your older siblings.
Did he keep a note of every track and everything else and you could just sort of peek at his notes when you had him away with you?
A little bit. I think, yeah, he was here obviously before me, so it was definitely a massive help with him, yeah, showing me the ropes a little bit.
What's your earliest Speedway memory then with that in mind?
Maybe watching Speedway GP as a kid in the lounge room at 3 in the morning when it was on in Europe, something like that.
Were you allowed to stay up late? Was that a special treat?
It was that early I had to go to bed and then get up again for it.
That must have been amazing. Was it a proper Speedway household when you were growing up then, I'm guessing?
Yeah, pretty much. My dad raced bikes and stuff when he was younger as well, so it's all, yeah, all I ever knew really was racing bikes. And
you were just a passenger, weren't you?
Pretty much.
Is there any other sport that you've ever been into, or has it always been bikes and racing for you?
Nah, pretty much just even when I was a kid we were away racing every weekend, so I didn't really have much time to play other sports or anything like that, so it's pretty much just been motorbikes.
It's obviously working for you. You're number 1 at the Aces, which is brilliant. What's the typical week look like for you? What's your kind of prep look like?
During the season, so pretty much we'll race here on a Monday, home normally, and then I'll race probably in Sweden on Tuesday, back at home on Wednesday, and then possibly an away match in England on Thursday, and then Friday morning usually fly to Poland, do some practice, and then Saturday maybe have a day off. Sunday we'll race Polish League, and then Monday start all over again. That's
crazy, because a lot of people wouldn't really think that, would they? Obviously, do you have to ship the bikes out there, or have you got separate machines and engines in different places?
So I have a base here in England with bikes and mechanic van and everything, and then I have a pretty much identical replica of everything in Poland as well, and they do Poland, Sweden, wherever else I need to race in Europe, and yeah, it's a big operation going on.
You must have to rely really heavily on the mechanics and the team that are keeping the bikes prepped for you then, if you're doing that, if you're having to literally jump on and off different bikes on a weekly basis.
Yeah, you definitely want some guys you trust, that's for sure, to look after everything, but I'm lucky that I've got a super good team with a few good guys, and they love their jobs and I love having them, so it's a good setup.
Do you get a chance to do much analysis, or do you work much on that while you're travelling?
Yeah, obviously I've got everything written down in my own little book of everything that we do, and yeah, it's Speedway's kind of a difficult sport to keep track of everything because there's not a lot of data or anything from the bikes. It's very raw and there's no computers or anything like that, so yeah, I try to do the best I can.
It's very atmosphere dependent as well, isn't it, Speedway? Your bike setup will depend so heavily on like literally what the weather's doing day in, day out.
Yeah, it's well, I think that comes down to because we don't have too much data from computers or anything, so everything's kind of by feel from the rider. So it's quite important for me to know what's going on and what I want and how the bike's reacting or not reacting, and yeah, it's a very fine line.
What kind of targets have you set yourself for this season then?
For the leagues, obviously I'd like to win. We always want to win. If you don't want to win, there's not really too much point being here, I don't think. And yeah, I'd love for my teams to make the playoffs, make the final, and hold up our trophy here again.
It's a nice bit of silverware, isn't it? How did that feel last season?
It's always good. I think we've had such a good run since I've been with the club, and I think we've left it twice now, so one more won't hurt.
One more, surely more than one.
One more for this year.
For this year, yeah. I was going to say, do it again this year. And obviously got the Speedway Grand Prix here as well this year.
Yeah, that's super exciting. So obviously it's only my first year in Speedway GP. So to have 2 rounds here is going to be a massive help for me, hopefully. It's one that I'll go into with possibly a little bit more confidence than the others. So yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to that.
You mentioned that you race across different tracks on a weekly basis. Have you got a favourite out of all the tracks you race at? No pressure, we're sat here now, but you can say wherever you like.
Difficult question. We race on so many different tracks. Obviously, I think Bellevue would be definitely in the top. I always like the Polish tracks probably quite a lot. They're always super nice to ride on, but if I had to choose one, probably would be Bellevue, I think.
I'm going to ask you about superstitions, if you have any, because I know a lot of riders do. Have you got anything? Any little quirks? Do you put things on in a certain order?
No, nothing like that. I think I'm not really much of a superstitious person, I don't think, so.
Is there anything that you do every race day that you kind of, if you didn't do, you'd feel a bit like, oh, like I didn't actually maximum points that day, maybe it's because I didn't do that, or no?
There's something I do on the track before every race, but I can't tell you what it is.
Go on.
So I guess I am superstitious, maybe.
So you are superstitious?
Someone else asked me this question the other day.
They didn't get the right answer, did they?
No, they didn't get an answer either.
Oh. Well, when you're gating then, have you got a favourite gate? You can give me that much.
I think I quite like gate 4. Sometimes.
Is that track dependent, I'm guessing?
Yeah, obviously not always, because it depends, like some gates are always better than others at different tracks and different times, but overall I think I feel comfortable from the outside gate. So.
And tell me a bit more about racing then, dumb it down for somebody. What is it about the racing that actually gets you going, that keeps you travelling around Europe on a weekly basis?
I just love it. I know it's been my life forever. I think there's nothing in life that can give you the same emotions and adrenaline that we get in 1 minute of racing. And yeah, I love being on the bike. I love winning, and yeah.
If someone said to you, "What is Speedway?" what would you say?
So, 4 laps, 4 guys, 1 or girls, could be either.
Could be either.
So there's 4 people, 4 laps, 1 minute of racing, and yeah, it's quite exciting, I think.
There's a lot of skill that goes into wrestling those bikes as well.
Yes, definitely not easy.
No.
I think yeah, we've put a lot of time into practice and training racing to be able to ride the way we do, and yeah, it's definitely a tough sport.
What kind of training do you have to put in? I'm guessing you have to do a lot of fitness training to kind of make yourself be able to wrestle the bikes. Yeah,
I do all sorts of training, from running, cycling. I do a lot of mountain biking as well. I think that's a great one for our sport, and yeah, definitely spend a lot of time in the gym during the off season and when I have time.
How excited are you about the team for this season?
I think it's super similar to last year. We've only got 1 change.
2, I think.
2. Obviously with Tate as well, but he was here at some point last year. So no, I'm really excited. I think we've got a great team. We always do here. It's a great atmosphere. It's a great team to be a part of, and I think Zach will fit in super well. He's obviously, it was his brother here last year, and I'm sure he'll have given some tips. But me and Zach have been good friends for a long time. We're actually from the same town in Australia. Funny enough, we've ended up on the other side of the world on the same team together. But yeah, so the rest of us have all been here for a few years now, and obviously we won last year, and I think we can definitely do it again.
How seriously do you take your role as captain of the Aces, kind of keeping the other guys going and pulling that team together? Because as you say, it's a very similar team, but you've obviously still got to get everybody working together for the first time this season.
I quite enjoy it, actually. I think I'm quite suited to the role, possibly. I think I've taken a little bit of pride in being the captain here, and doing my job and trying to help the younger guys where I can, and just helping out in every aspect of the whole team, really, and also doing my job on track when need be. And I think yeah, I'm very proud to be the captain. And
you said Zach's your closest friend on the team, would you say, or have you got other close friends?
I think we're all good friends. I'm really good friends with Jamin and Dan as well. Yeah. We spend a lot of time together travelling away from the track, and yeah, it's nice to be on a team with your friends. It makes going to work pretty easy.
I bet it is. What was it like last year winning the league then? Because did you guys start to get recognised a bit more? Was it kind of a bit more of a focus around the club? Was it more of a buzz about the place, or was it just you guys were just happy doing your jobs? Yeah,
it's obviously just, it's nice to do your job and it's nice to win, but obviously it's fantastic for the club to get another trophy. It's it's cool for Bellevue to be recognised a little bit in the media around Manchester and stuff like that. So it'd be definitely a boost for the club going into this year, and hopefully we can continue.
How do we keep that going? How do we keep that momentum?
Not get too carried away, for sure. I think if we all stay focused, we keep doing our jobs, and if we work together as a team for the whole year and try and help everyone as much as we can, I think Mark does a good job of keeping us all focused during the year and making sure we're on track. So no, I think we've definitely got the team to do it. It's just a matter of actually getting the job done on the track.